me, it
So
was like that you were gone and I was alone in the stream. I continued talking and seen it on the live stream, and she said like, yes, if you don't rejoin within a time, the stream just ends. But at least we can
sorry.
officially say the people liked us so much that we broke Substack.
We broke Substack.
Yeah. You know
We
this
should
term.
make a follow-up on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, we're live. It might be my connection. Maybe it's because of the island vibe.
Yeah. Or maybe
Guys, thank you
because
so
we broke
much
Substack.
Yeah, we broke Substack. Guys, you've been so supportive and so amazing that Philip and I managed to broke Substack today in our lives. So thanks so much for joining back.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming back instantly. And I mean, I think this shows that we're doing a good job here. And yeah, I just love talking to you. I love answering questions. But while you were gone, at least from my stream, I answered the question from, I think it was called Patriot, about turning on live right now or not. Right from the beginning, my point of view is turn it on as soon as you're ready for it. Ready for it, meaning if you can stick to your promises. So if you promise to send out one paid article a week and you can deliver that, you can go live. If you have expertise on your topic, you can do this. If on the other hand, you're not sure if you can stick to the schedule, I wouldn't do it. I would first work on myself to get to a point where I can constantly deliver what I'm promising. Because for me, one of the most important things is to keeping my promises to my subscriber, to my paying subscribers, because that's the only way how you can build long-term trust with them.
Yeah. I fully back you up on that. And it doesn't have to be complicated because many people are overthinking this paid thing. You can always just put on the pledge just to see the interest, but you don't have to make it complicated. Make it like, a special insightful case study, for example, of your publication for the paid subscriber. It doesn't have to be more than that. A special edition that is just once per week, but deliver on your promise. And I found out that the more you simplify, the better it is. So don't try to offer, a million things. Make it simple. Make it about solving one problem, with your solution. Even if it's just a post. I mean, it's a lot if it's a post with your insights and knowledge that you have gathered in so much time.
Yeah. Also, what we've seen, what works really well is, so for example, let's say you write an article about notes templates. Then you should also create something physical for the people to use. And you create this as a free article. You explain to everyone why using templates can be powerful. And you give everyone like 10 different templates, but only the paying subscribers then get access to a tool, to a GPT, to an app whatsoever, where they can create their own notes with a tool like that. So that way you provide value to everyone, but only the paid members can get the full experience. I like this approach, honestly speaking, a lot because it's fair. You're not wasting the time of the free people, but you're also providing an incentive for them to upgrade.
Yeah, I think it's great. One thing I learned was, and if I can give you a tip as well on the way you're making your paid subscriptions, avoid getting into the trap of having cheap monthly subscriptions. I'm speaking from experience. Okay, if you offer $3 monthly subscriptions and you give them in those things everything you got, honestly, you will get people who are looking for cheap stuff, and they will stay with you only for a month or two, and you will have a very bad retention. Focus rather on the long term. My own strategy is to make the annual membership so good that people would feel like getting the monthly subscription feels stupid. So, and it is, the annual subscription is so much better. And the reason why is because it helps them so much more. So instead of just getting a little bit for a very cheap thing, they would get it for the full year, full support, full access to the community. And if you even, take that amount and divide it by 12, you still get it very affordable price. but you are invested in it in a year. So focus more on getting not cheap subscribers fast, but rather good value for your content and with a good retention. And from my experience, that means the annual or the founding member levels.
I like that. I mean, honestly speaking, I agree with everything that you just said here. I also want to add the point of view of a creator to this, because yes, it's all about our subscribers, but honestly speaking, you and I, we both agreed before this interview, we are doing business to make money, to have freedom in our life. So
Of
even though
course,
we are a lot on Substack, we also have a life outside of that. And
of course.
therefore, we need to earn some money with it. And I think it's absolutely fine for creators to also make decisions based on how they can benefit the most from their communities. And honestly
Yeah,
speaking, it's not that much harder to sell a yearly subscription or a founding member subscription compared to getting someone to join a monthly plan, because the problem is
yeah,
always the people getting out their credit card and joining any kind of subscription. We had
yeah,
this with our white pill scale coaches a lot of times. We always tell them the first product that you sell should be something priced around $400, $500 if you start as a creator, because a lot of people start with a $5 product, but
mm-hmm,
I can tell
mm-hmm.
you it's so much
Yeah,
harder to sell $105 product than it is to sell one $500 product. So this
yes,
is super important for me to everyone to understand, because a lot of people struggle with, oh, am I charging too much? No, you are worth it. You're absolutely,
yeah,
if you're a creator and you build an audience and you want to do this full term, you're absolutely worth it that you make six figures, because being a creator is so much more difficult than working a 9 to 5 at any company, no matter if you have studied or not. So you're absolutely worth it and you need to charge for it.
yes. I fully agree.
Yeah,
And you have to believe it, because if you don't believe it, how can somebody else
yeah,
believe it? And everyone has skills that they can monetize, and you should monetize. Otherwise, you know what? If you are telling me that you are here just for having fun and for
yeah,
writing nice stuff, you are bullshitting yourself.
yeah,
Because if you would do that, you would just write it in your own
yeah,
journal at home. You know,
exactly.
but the moment you are online, then make it worth for
Yeah,
yourself, because why not? And everyone has skills. Maybe you are
yeah,
very good with um, analyzing data.
yeah,
Maybe you are very good with writing stories, with designing something, with I don't know, helping people make money. Okay, or maybe a lot about fitness, or about being a fantastic mom.
yeah,
About working with a special category of products. Whatever it is, you
yeah,
have something, I can guarantee you. And if you're here, make it worth it, and
yeah,
involve your audience in it. Don't make it solitary. This is not about, hey, I'm posting some nice stuff and I expect people to come to me. No,
yeah,
you go to other people, you comment on other people, engage with them, recommend them before you ask for a recommendation. you
yeah,
know, get into collaborative posts, do lives like me and Philip are doing right now. Uh, get on your chat, find out what people need and you can solve for, and I can guarantee you will grow.
yeah, absolutely. And one thing that's also important for me, because that's something that's so often overlooked on Substack, is the topic of retention. Everyone writes about how to get subscribers, how to get new subscribers, how to become a bestseller, but no one writes about how to stay a bestseller, how to keep your
Yeah,
subscribers, how to
yeah,
make them so happy that they want to come back, that you probably can
yes,
even create a flywheel because they're recommending you to other people. That's the one
yes,
thing that I really learned in my 5 years of building digital communities. You need to focus on keeping your members happy. Everyone is super hyped the moment that they join. When you do an onboarding call with them, they're always like, yeah, we love it, we enjoy it. But then life happens, and then they might forget about you, but you need to bring them back. You need to prove yourself to them so
yes,
that they stick with you for a long, long time. Because
yeah,
honestly speaking, the easiest way to make money with a subscription is by keeping your subscriptions alive. And
yeah,
that's something that's
yeah,
absolutely overlooked. And that bothers me a
yeah.
little bit, because every creator is about more, 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 instead of doing what we're doing better.
Yes, yes. And I'm very proud that I think you're having the same. My retention is almost 100%. But it's because I honestly treat every subscriber like a VIP. And
Yeah.
even the free subscribers are also treated with all I got. And I share a lot of free content. And I know you do as well. Because this is not only about putting a paywall under everything. Make I try to make my content so good that people want to learn more. And when they get into the paid subscription, they have a lot more, that they have access to.
Yeah.
So it's really not about putting money, dollar value under everything, every word you are saying, and every consulting, although you are worth it,
Yeah.
but about treating people like you would like to be treated.
Yeah.
If you would be a subscriber, how would you like to be treated? That's how you should treat them.
Yeah.
And I
Exactly.
think I have this question. Philip is saying it looks to me like some niche are more likely to fit into Substack model than others. I see a lot of growth and audience building doing better, which is both of your niches. What do you guys think about this? Sincerely,
Yeah.
uh, I want to address this because I see it a lot. Yes, it's true that if you talk on Substack about growth on Substack, it's natural you will have a lot of people wanting to know about it. But the real gold is in the niches. Okay, the real gold is actually you delivering. So both me and Philip, we are not teaching people how to use Substack. You don't see me like, hey, press that button and this is how you create a page. Okay, we're actually, I'm at least helping people grow another income stream, build a lifestyle they love waking up to by creating content, by promoting it the right way, by creating offers, by getting into brand deals. That's what I write about because that's my niche. That's what I'm good at. That's what I did myself. So my honest advice is that forget about, hey, if you are talking about copywriting, yes, you will get more attention. No, you will get attention if you talk about hair growth for puppies because there is nobody else doing that. So the more niche you are, the more specialized you are on something, the more chances you have for your content to be super valuable.
Yeah.
It's not, it doesn't mean it's easy. Okay, you will talk about hair growth for puppies and everyone will come to you. You have to find your audience. That's the next step. And how you find your audience is go in those forums on Substack or otherwise outside where people who have the interest in that topic would be. And then tell them about what you do on Substack and invite them over and give them content so good they want to come back for more. That's how you grow,
Yeah.
not by talking about what everyone else is talking. I don't talk about ghostwriting just because it's fancy or about solopreneurship because it's fancy. I talk about what I know. If I would try to talk about something else, it would be crap.
Yeah.
So forget about your niche is better than my niche. Your
Yeah.
niche, you are the niche.
Yeah. I want to jump
Okay,
on
that's the
that.
most important.
I love your explanation, and I really drive this point home. Why do you see so many people writing about community building, writing about growing on Substack? Because that's the content that you are interested in. You are on Substack and you want to grow. That's why you're looking for those things. That's why you're seeing this. But if you take a look at the statistics, the most and successful publications on Substack have nothing to do with writing about Substack. They have
Yeah.
anything to do with politics and with investing. That are the core pillars of Substack. If you're interested in investing, you suddenly see hundreds of thousands of those publications, and a lot of them have the second or even the third level bestseller badge. So that's the one thing. The second thing is, and I've experienced that myself, and you said it so beautifully, Anna, it's all about the niches. I had two businesses at the same time. One was called the Medium Writing Academy, where we focused only on new writers on Medium, which was like super niche. And the second one was called the Personal Growth Base, where we teach personal growth to everyone. Yeah, the market for personal growth was like literally everyone on this planet. And I can tell you, we made, I think, 0.5% of the revenue than we made from the other business, just because there were too many competitors. We had absolutely no niche, and it was just horrible. It was frustrating, and it wasn't working for us. But the moment when we focused and when we niched down, we suddenly started seeing success. And that's also one thing that I want to encourage everyone here in the chat who started on Substack and now maybe got the idea I need to write about growth on Substack. People will not take you seriously unless you've proven them that you are serious. Anna's getting thousands of subscribers every month. We became Substack bestsellers in 6 months. Tom Kugler is one of the OGs of Substack, and there are a couple of others out there who are eligible to write about this topic. Claudia, for example, she's amazing. She's doing really great.
Yeah.
She earned her trust because she started from scratch. She says it herself. She had no audience, no background, nothing, but she started on Substack and she came to a point where she's a bestseller. So she's allowed to talk about these topics. I'm not saying you should not talk about them, but I'm just saying if you talk about them, I will not care about it. I care about people that can prove to myself that they have done it. And once you've done it, then you should teach those things. If you're not at that stage yet, that's absolutely no problem. But focus on the things that you have experienced in your life. We all have so many stories to tell. We have so many cool failures that we learned from. Focus on those and grow into the person that you want to be, because that's the idea of being a creator.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. Thank you, Philip. And how you find that niche? I think that if you really don't know, although you know, you know, it's not bad to experiment with stuff. I mean, I have gone through 6 other businesses before doing this.
Yeah.
And, obviously all of them failed. Otherwise, I would still be doing those. Some of them became passion projects like my art,
Yeah.
So it's even better if you experiment and fail, because you will see what you like, what you don't like, what you're good at, what you're not good at, what people really appreciate in you. But where you start is really not from a blank scratch, page, but you start from where you have been before, what you know, what are your experience, what are your knowledge, what people gave you good feedback that you are good at. Start there. What maybe you had a previous job, maybe you are a student who has done some fantastic stuff. So anyway, start from what you know, and you are your niche. It's not about picking the niche from a catalog here. It's about what you're really good at, and then discover if people also want to pay you for that. And actually it's a good test. If you convince someone to give you $5 for something, without putting a lot of effort into it, but just by sharing your experience, your results, and creating a system to help them solve a problem, then that's your niche. It's very simple. And you'll see that the more you get into this, the easier it will become. It should not be hard. It should not be like, yeah, I'm really struggling to get this, I'm really struggling to make people pay me, to grow. To It shouldn't be that hard. It means that you are not on the right path. Do something that you are better at, that you really enjoy. If you would have to do it the entire day and you'll enjoy it, that's your niche. Many answers for the same thing, but I think you get the point.
Yeah. Honestly speaking, to add to this, I always find it a little bit struggling if someone's an online writer and they don't know their niche yet. Because for me, that's like approaching the horse from the wrong side. I would never say I want to become a professional athlete and then think about what sports I want to become it in. That does not make sense. So you should have your topic, you should know what you are passionate about, what you're really burning for, and then become an online writer and write about those things. When Sinem started online writing and I joined her, we only did that because we had 2 years of experience hosting personal growth workshops for other people. But at one point, we knew we wanted to build a digital business, but we had done something for 2 years with 50 workshops, and we had some background about it, and we knew we were passionate about the topic before we started writing about it. I think that makes sense. But if you say like, hey, I want to be a blogger, but I don't care what I write about, just give me a good niche, one that will work and I make money with it. It will only work a short time, because once you face a point that every creator reaches, where you have a down on payments, where no one buys from you, where you're just facing setback after setback, latest then you will lose motivation. And I don't want you to be there. So really find something that you're burning for and then turn it into a business, not the other way around.
By the way, indeed, wanting to just do something to have money it's really a bad idea.
Yeah.
We all want money, and money is good, okay, because it buys us freedom. But you see what I just did? I give the reason. That's my reason. Um, it needs to go deeper than the money. I mean, you don't want to make $1 million. You want to make $1 million because,
Yeah.
you know, that will give you whatever it's important to you. Okay, for me it's time with my family, unhinged of whatever else. For some others could be because, I don't know, I want to buy the best clothes and experience whatever it is. Okay, but money, it's not your answer. If the only reason why you're doing something, why you want to grow your newsletter on Substack, for example, is because you want to make money, it's a very bad reason to have, because you will struggle a lot, you will
Mm.
attract the wrong crowd, you will not know what to do, you will be frustrated, and so many bad things. So find your why, find your
Yeah.
why, and then you will find a way.
Yeah.
And you will see that when you find that big why, everything starts to make sense because you will prioritize things differently. That's always have been working for me.
Yeah. I want to share a little anecdote to this because I think it's also true for creators. I have a good friend who's a professional poker player, and he said like when you start as a poker player, you play at tournaments and you win your money online so that you can buy in for tournaments. You pay 20,000 euros to play for 4 hours at a table, something like that. He said like it was super hard in the beginning because when you're playing with your own money, you make wrong decisions because you don't want to lose your money. But he said once you get to a point where you're so good, other
Mm.
people will reach out to you and they will stack you. Basically, they will give you the money, you play with their money, but if you win, you give away a big portion of your money to other people. And he said, like, once he was at that moment, he played the best tournaments of his life because he was no longer thinking about losing money.
See?
He was only focusing on making the right decisions. Yes, he does not want to burn the money from other people, but he needs to tell them why he made this decision. And they don't want to hear that he made an emotional decision. They want to hear that he made the right
Yeah,
decision according to the cards he got dealt with. And I love that. The same is true for
yeah,
creators. Once you're at a point where you know what you're doing, where you're seeing success, you can make smarter decisions. The start is always hard for everyone. But there's a quote, Sinem, I think she created it. I always love to say that I created it, I came up with it, but I think she posted a couple of hours before me. She said something like, you only need to start from zero once. And I think that's absolutely true. Once as a creator, you
correct,
became successful on a
correct.
platform and you build your track record, you have your network, you can move to other platforms, you can grow on this platform, you
Yes,
can start book deals, you can do sponsorships whatsoever, but you need to succeed once and you really need
yes,
to put in the effort necessary.
yes. I love that quote. I'm gonna quote her on the quote.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it's okay to start many times over. I'm still starting many times over, and I'm sure that I will continue to change and pivot, our favorite chat GPT word.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's okay if you are that kind of personality who needs to explore things and change. It's okay to change.
Yeah.
Nobody's stopping you. It's not the end of the world if you have I don't know, the need to go on a different platform, and things are better for you. Actually, the worst thing that can happen is to be stuck into something that doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
That's. I didn't think a year ago I'll come to Substack, and here I am, and it's one of the best decisions that I made.
Yeah.
So you never know
Yeah.
when you will turn again into that best decision.
Absolutely.
Um, Philip, I'm running a bit out of time,
Same
but
here.
should we take, I don't know, one last question?
Yeah, perfect. Do you have one in mind?
I think I saw one earlier, not sure
Mhm.
from whom, but I saw one about competition on Substack.
Yeah, I have it
If
here.
we think that the competition will be affecting us on Substack,
Yeah.
or something will change soon. You want to take a shot at that?
Yeah, I can start. I mean, honestly speaking, the competition is super hard. Everyone hates each other. Anna and I, we don't even like to talk to each other. No, just kidding. Honestly speaking, we jumped on a call just before we went live. We talked 10 minutes, and it was like, yeah, we are in a similar business. It felt like instant connected, and the same is true for so many other creators. Most of the time, those people that don't want to collaborate with other people are those with the least experience. Those that have collaborated with other people know by far how valuable this can be. And yeah, Substack is an amazing place for collaboration. I mean, their claim is something with like a good place for culture, and culture includes collaboration. So I'm a big fan of collaboration.
Yes.
I don't think anything will change that far in the future with collaboration. Maybe yeah, I mean, for honestly speaking, the longer you wait, the harder it will be to connect with other people. I mean, if someone is new on a platform and they have like a couple hundred followers, they respond to everyone and they answer to every message. If Anna's at a point where she's getting 1,000 messages a day, she will not longer be able to respond to each and every one of you. But as of right now, I can speak for myself, and I'm pretty sure you're the same. We try to respond to as many messages as possible because we just care about the people.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love that comment from Sinem there. Our most effective profitable partnerships have always been with our biggest competitors.
Yeah,
That's a nice one. I
yeah,
think that if you're afraid to that, people will take, I don't know, something from you and steal it or whatever, just because you are sharing or collaborating, you're on the wrong track.
yeah.
I think that we are people and people trust people, and if we're not building you might not like someone, that's fine, don't collaborate. But I make it a point to collaborate and to support others, because that's how I grew as well,
Yeah,
with the support of others. And
yeah,
I'm learning so much from you, Philip, and our conversation, even if it was a short one. And I hope we'll have much more in the future.
absolutely.
And I'm obviously trying to respond to every comment I get as fast as I can, possibly humanly,
Yeah.
as well. It's is the best thing that can happen here. Learning from each other, supporting each other. I know you are having, for example, a workshop starting tomorrow. Guys, you
Yeah,
have to pay attention. Get on it if you still can. It's how we grow. It's not
yeah,
about keeping it all to yourself, but supporting each other, and
yeah,
without any agenda. Because um, you know, life has this way of paying you back,
yeah, absolutely.
for your good deeds and your bad deeds. So just do good deeds without any agenda, and you'll be amazed of how
Yeah,
much it will return to you as well.
yeah. I love that. I think
And
those
I
have
hope it
been,
will never change, because
yeah,
it depends on us, right? It depends
yeah,
on the people here.
yeah. I love that. Those have been amazing closing words. Thank you so much, Anna, for taking the time. I really appreciate this. I really want to do this again with you. We stay in touch. And yeah, thank you
Me too.
everyone for joining in. We know your time is precious. You could have done hundreds of other things. Thank you so much for taking time. I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.
Yeah.
And talk to you soon,
Talk,
hopefully, Philip. Take care.
talk soon. Bye. Thank you so much, everyone.